Team and one of the best in the NBA. Kyle Lowry looking to get going tonight as they get pumped up before the tip-off against the Celtics. Raptors, Celtics, tip-off just moments away.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Fellas, you look at Gordon Hayward, all-star in Utah, working his way back to that level. What do you like most about his game?
I like the size he has for that position. I think his overall IQ of the game. I think his athleticism. He does it all. Shoot, handle, pass, defend.
Court awareness. If you put the ball in his hands, he usually makes the right decision. E equals MC squared, Ernie.
What's that?
Got to have a high IQ to understand. Gordon knows the answer.
Gotcha.
Tip is upcoming. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. As you can say, he's been groomed for this, and it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. Some tough defense in this arena tonight, Smitty. These teams are so good at getting stops.
Yeah, when you have teams that defend this well, you can't beat them off the dribble. The ball and body movement is going to be key tonight.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry and Powell, the guards. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. And for Boston, Walker and Smart, the guards. Williams is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Tatum in at the small forward. Lowry against Walker. The 3. And Kyle Lowry with the 3.
Hey, a part of being a good floor general is understanding when it's your shot to take. Nice read by Lowry.
Outside Williams. To the paint. Here's Tatum, and it's denied. Johnson, wide open. He fires, and it's off from three-point range. Tatum kicks to Walker. Back to Tatum. Outside, Smart. A floater. Johnson with the block. Williams against Powell. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Siakam trying to free himself up. Rebound, Boston. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
It was a total team effort in terms of passing the baton to the guy that's hot.
The 3 from Tatum. Traps in the tray.
A patient player. Tatum fine with taking what the defense gives him.
A wide open look for Gasol. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Tatum. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Philadelphia.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
Toronto's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Gasol, that's a two-pointer. Hits the jumper in space. Gasol's got 5 now.
And how many 7-footers do you know of who can do this? Gasol with the wicked pull-up.
Walker against Lowry. Shot's good by Walker.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Lowry. And in the game with Dallas, he did not play well. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And so Smart nails both of them. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
But they'll get another chance. Second shot opportunity. Boston again missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Gasol. And the Raptors miss again. And it's Williams with the ball for the Celtics. They trail by 1. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
And it only promises to get better coming into this season. These two squads are very evenly matched, and each game between them should be a blast to watch.
Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Now here's Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. And good that time. Now here's Walker. Passes it to Canner. And Gasol sends it back.
Love how Gasol patrols the court, always on the lookout to reject a shot.
Excellent D from Cancer.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And it's good, 2 points. Here's Powell. Pass to Siakam. Back to Powell. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Lowry against Walker. Pass to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Smart.
Incredible defender. Smart can provide help as well as stick you one-on-one.
Cantor kicks to Tatum. Back to Cantor. The pass to Walker. Lets it go from 11. That shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Johnson, the pass to Siakam. Lowry looking around. Johnson finds Lowry. Over Tatum. That one wide left.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Williams dishes to Cantor. And here's Walker outside. Gasol with the defensive effort.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Williams with the block. They recover it. Boston trailing. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And Siakam throws it down.
This is a big part of Siakam's game. The ability to put the ball on the floor and make a play.
Now Walker, he had 19 points in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
Here's Tatum. Boston, no good that time either.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Gasol kicks to Powell. Back to Gasol. 2 points. That one goes. Gasol's got 11 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Hey, Smitty, for rookies being given a lot of responsibility early in a season, early in their career, do you think it helps their growth, or does it run the risk of hurting their confidence early?
You know, I think it helps them, but I think those type of rookies that you give so much and put on their plate, you still have to have some veterans around them.
Because there are going to be problems, aren't there? Early on.
There's always going to be adversity throughout the season. If you have a championship caliber team, there's going to be some ups and downs.
Both teams will make substitutions.
And let's check out some stats for Gasol. Last year, getting it done. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Now here's Hayward. A 14-point game for him in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And his shot blocking almost single-handedly changed the game. No one wanted to put up a shot with him lurking.
Shot clock at 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A good facilitator, Hayward, right on time with the pass, rewarding his teammate.
Van Vliet with it. Right side Gasol. With the fadeaway. It's rebounded by Tice. Celtics trail by 3. Brown outside. From deep, Walker. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Gasol's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. Obviously not helping their cause.
Now here's Walker. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Celtics have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And Hayward, no good on that one.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Now, here's Tice. Hayward on the wing. Walker the pass to Hayward. Rebound by the Raptors. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Here's Tice after the Raptors pick up 2. Right at the free throw line, and Hayward gets it to go.
Beautiful concentration. Hayward not phased with a hand in his face.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Hayward. And here is Van Vliet. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Walker. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Here's Van Vliet. Here's Gasol. Walker with the rebound.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Here's Van Vliet. Walker with some nice D. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Walker looking for an opening. Shoots over Van Vliet. Walker's shot is off. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Raptors. And he overshot that one, missing.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Brown finds Tice. Stolen by Van Vliet. 1:41 left to play in the first. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Robert Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
2 on the clock.
And what about the hustle from Brown on D? Just not giving his man any room to feel comfortable.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Now here's Williams. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Gasol. Here's McCall, guarded by Walker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. A strange saga last season for Patrick McCall. Restricted free agent with the Warriors. He sat out, Smitty, for months.
He did, Kevin. Eventually signed a non-guaranteed deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he was waived within days, prompting a league investigation. A promising young player, the Dubs didn't want to lose him, and eventually signed with the Toronto Raptors, and he won another chip.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Hayward, and Hayward with the stuff.
Don't sleep on Gordon Hayward. Put that one on the highlight reel.
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Gasol passes to Van Vliet. Rejected by Walker. Now, here's Tice. D right on him. And there's the feed to Williams. There's Walker with the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Gasol's got 9 rebounds now tonight. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Van Vliet finds Gasol. Back to Van Vliet from downtown. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Passes it to Walker. Beyond the arc.
What do you love about Serge on this end? Has the lateral quickness and hops to really challenge shooters.
A big-time effort for Marc Gasol, providing a lot of energy for Toronto. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, straight to floor, making open shot, rolling the basket, screen, those dirty work. I like to do that.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Tucker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Daniel Tice out there with Hayward, and it's Williams at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And the Celtics with possession here after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Here's Walker. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
And he makes the first. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays, you know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
Now, here's Tice. Pass to Brown, just his first attempt. McCaw grabs the miss. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. And it's blocked. Van Vliet looking around. Pass to McCaw. It's deflected. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. He lobs it up.
This is the patience we talk about. Hayward waiting that extra half second, finds the open man.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Siakam. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, the defender all over him. and the most improved player in the league last season. Pascal Siakam got better in every statistical category.
And that one misses. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. And it's Brown missing. Toronto leading by 3. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. 13 feet away. Jump shot is good. Lowry's got 5 now.
I'll tell you what, Lowry has a number of ways to beat you from the mid-range.
Smart dishes to Tatum. Over Johnson. He can't get that one. And Toronto will come the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
Now here's Lowry after Jaylen Brown's miss. Outside Lowry. Clock at 6. Fades away. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Brown. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The drive by Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Siakam's got the lead up to 7 now for Toronto. Boston shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. Smart passes to Williams. And the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor. His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Kyle Lowry is second.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Smitty, when things get heated between two players, we often see a double technical call. But should the instigator be penalized more if it can be determined who was the instigator?
I agree, Kevin. I just don't like sometimes when two guys get into it and you just automatically call a double technical. Because of strategy-wise, if I was playing Kevin and their best player had a technical already, I would get into it just so I can call a double technical and hopefully he'll be gone.
Now, wait a minute. Did you really? Honestly?
No, we did. I mean, I think that back in the day, you saw like Patrick Ewing, for instance. He had a tech. We would just send somebody out there just to see a couple plays. if we can get him thrown out. Especially now, if you just call a double technical the way they do, a lot of star players have been gone.
Here's Williams following the score by Serge Ibaka. Kanter's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Ibaka finds Siakam and denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the inside. Smart. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ibaka, the pass to Siakam. Outside Lowry. Fires for 3. Rebound Boston.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
Outside Tatum. Feeds it to Kanter. The kick out to Tatum. Over Siakam. Tatum's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here is Ibaka. Lowry for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Like a lot of jump shooters, Lowry's much more consistent when he gets his looks within the flow of the offense.
Tatum kicks to Williams. Bounce pass from Smart. Brown outside. The pass to Williams. The fadeaway. It's good. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Siakam inside. He's against Kanter, and he gets it back. Now here's Powell. He's guarded by Williams. The shot by Powell, no good.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Here's Powell. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Lowry has the open look, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Building off a solid first quarter, he's been lights out here in the second.
Celtics trail by 10. Now here's Smart. A 14-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
Now here's Smart. Outside Tatum. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. They'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. And then on Monday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. Marc Gasol's checked in for Toronto. Powell finds Johnson. Back to Powell. Passes to Lowry. Launches it. Rebounded by the Celtics. Kanter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Walker. Back to Kanter. Over Lowry. Kanter's shot is off. Raptors leading by 10. Now Gasol. He's coming off a 22-point game against Dallas.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. Then for the Raptors, Monday Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Powell. And Kyle Lowry no good on that one. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Hayward from outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Siakam's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lowry against Walker. Pass to McCaw. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, the 5-time All-Star Kyle Lowry has made a career of proving his doubters wrong. You ask me, I think he's still underrated.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And the Raptors also making a change. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. Siakam against Hayward. Smart deciding where to go with it. No good, unable to end this run. And you ask Lowry, he's always felt underestimated. Smitty, what do people overlook about him?
You know, I think, Kevin, is his defense, first and foremost. He's a top 10 point guard at both ends of the floor. That's what makes him very special.
And there's the pass to Walker. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter. That one goes in.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
VanVleet with it. To the middle. Williams with the block. Down low, Walker. Yes, that goes in. Walker's got 8 points. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Raptors. 17 points was their biggest margin. Right side Gasol. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. And that's 17 points for Marc Gasol.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's Walker. He's got 8. Shot clock at 5. Smart on the wing. He gets it in there. Smart's got 4 points this quarter. And so it's Toronto looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
Marc Gasol playing terrific basketball in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 block. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
Well, the thing about Marc Gasol, he gives you full effort night in and night out. One of the most consistent players in the league. And this one is actually taking it up a notch.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they can shoot a better percentage.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just Go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and Powell, the guards. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Tatum dishes to Walker. Five to shoot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Lowry. And that's 19 points for Marc Gasol.
You know, few active players have taken more contact inside than Marc Gasol. He knows how to handle it.
Here's Walker. He can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Celtics trail by 15. Dishes it to Cantor. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's Tatum. Boston again missing.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. And he recovers it.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Lowry passes to Gasol. Shoots over Cantor. And the Raptors miss again. And it's Williams with the ball for Boston. They're scoreless since the first half. There's Walker with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Walker's got 11.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time. One of the league's best-kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
Second free throw, no good.
I can't believe he missed those shots. Wow, he is usually lights out from there.
There's Walker with the three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Here we go, his second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
Outside Gasol. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's Williams. Pass to Cannon. Tatum on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Tatum's shot is off.
And they continue to control the glass.
Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on.
Here's Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Walker's got 8 here in the quarter.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Inside, here's Powell. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 6th assist on the night.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Now here's Walker. He's got 16. The kick out to Tatum. Pass to Smart. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Williams. Left side Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his second.
Powell finds Siakam. Back to Powell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a 2 guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on the offensive glass. Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And then I look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name, and he's fantastic at that as well.
Now here's Tatum. 7 points in the game. That one falls. Tatum's got 9 points.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Marc doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Gasol drops 2. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
And the shot goes in. Celtics trail by 11. Now Walker, 16 points for him. Good work defensively by Lowry.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Lowry gets double-teamed. Powell, no one around him. Off target with his 3. Boston's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Kyle Lowry is a very tough guy for 6'1". He's a guy who loves to attack the inside, even though he's small.
Now, here's Cantor. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Walker against Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
That free throw good from Walker.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Wande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Powell. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Lowry against Brown. Pass to Gasol. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. VanVleet with it. Over Tice. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Over in the corner, Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now here's Tatum. Defense right on him. Shoots over VanVleet. Boston again missing. Raptors leading by 12. Outside Lowry. Back to Gasol. Gasol is doubled. Now here's VanVleet. Guarded by Tatum. VanVleet with the bucket. Boston's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. The pass to Tice. From 10 feet out, misses off the left iron. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Ibaka. No good that time. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's Tice. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 11 rebounds in the game. Passes it to VanVleet. Outside for Gasol. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In fourth, the Raptors.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
McCaw, he's checked in for Marc Gasol.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Kemba Walker. Last season, he played outstanding, 10th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Toronto. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And there's another turnover by the Raptors.
off on the timing, or it may have been a miscommunication. Either way, turnover.
Celtics trail by 14. And Walker kicks to Williams. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Stolen by VanVleet.
Good eyes by the defense. Clearly, that's not where he wanted the pass to go, and he's frustrated.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused, and they've executed.
Now here's Walker. 17 points in the game. With the floater, Hayward can't hit. Toronto leading by 16. There's Hollis Jefferson. And no good. Nice D from Williams. He dishes it to Brown. Pass to Poirier. 6 to shoot. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Boston's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Brown drives in, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And the Raptors making a change here. Siakam's checked in. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Walker. Not going to go that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Siakam passes to VanVleet. Here's McCall. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Siakam. Hayward with some nice D. Celtics trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to VanVleet. A floater. And Boston with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
To stop the drought, Hayward can't hit. Toronto leading by 16. Here's Hollis Jefferson off with the layup. Williams up on top. Defended by Ibaka. Walker's shot is off.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Raptors have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
You have to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. He's continued to improve the shooting percentage both from the field and the line.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Toronto also making a switch. Powell's checked in. And he sinks the second. 23 seconds left to play in the third. And here's Walker. 17 points in the game. Outside, Smart. They get it again. Poirier, it's off. And so it's Toronto. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward out there with Williams. And it's Poirier in at center. That's the Boston 5. Hayward dishes to Walker. Back to Hayward. Takes a three. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Out to Ibaka. Puts up a three. And that one is off. Now Boston takes it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Hayward against Siakam. Just 5 on the clock. Poirier, no good. Toronto leading by 17. Powell for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Powell's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Raptors. Walker finds Hayward. Back to Walker. Stripped away. To the paint. Here's Van Vliet. Rebounded by the Celtics. Poirier's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Boston making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Left side Walker. He feeds it to Cantor. And it's plucked by Ibaka. Toronto leading by 20. Siakam outside. Toronto working the ball around now. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Here's Walker. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Williams with the block. And pushing it up, here's Boston, and here's Walker outside. Toronto grabs the miss.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Williams with the block. Cantor inside, covered by Siakam. The kick out to Walker. From the arc, bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got 20.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Toronto calls timeout. Marc Gasol is checked in for the Raptors. Toronto leading by 17. Here's Van Vliet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Smart against Powell. Smart kicks to Williams. Now the pass to Cantor. There's the dish to Walker. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
Two shots.
No good on the free throw. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Back to Johnson. Over Walker. Hits the jump hook. And the Raptors lead by 21.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Here's Siakam, and it's blocked. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And Gasol sends it back. Passes to Van Vliet. Back to Johnson. Pass to Gasol. And it's blocked. Johnson against Walker. And stolen by Siakam. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Stolen by Walker. Kicks to Tatum. It's blocked.
And what you like about Siakam as a rim protector, the strong fundamentals, able to affect shots without fouling.
Celtics trail by 19. Cantor, the pass to Walker. Back to Cantor. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Here's Powell, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss, and I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Without question, Marc Gasol displaying his skills today.
The man has been relentless scoring inside, attacking the rim every chance he gets. Their defense has been powerless to stop him. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out of this timeout.
Up top, Walker. While recovering. Pass to Cantor. And here's Walker. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol with the steal. Williams against Siakam. Outside for Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. There's the pass to Powell. 5 on the clock. The rebound by the Celtics. Williams has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Walker dishes to Williams. Passes it to Cantor. Outside, Walker, the 3-ball. Siakam pulls it in. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Gasol finds Powell. And again, no good by Toronto.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Smart. Johnson with the block. Now here's Gasol. Outside Lowry. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
2 shots. Last on the first.
And that one falls for Tatum. The guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Earning all rookie first team honors after a brilliant first year, Tatum quickly became a fan favorite.
This is the guy who had 3 threes in the first half. Since then, still waiting on number 4.
Now here's Smart. Boston, no good that time either.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Williams with the block. Smart against Powell. Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
A terrific athlete at that wing with good bounce. Tatum, fun to watch.
Lowry against Walker. Pass to Gasol. Shoots over Cantor. And he can't bank that one in. Celtics trail by 19. Tatum drives in. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And how about Tatum there with the finish with some authority above the rim.
Here's Siakam. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Now Cantor. There's Walker with the 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lowry, good.
It is so hard to stay in front of a guy like Kyle Lowry because he is so quick laterally with the ball.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. Tatum on the wing. 3-pointer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. 22 is their biggest lead. Lowry against Walker. Stolen by Walker. Tatum on the wing. It's stolen by Johnson. Lowry against Walker. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Smart. Floats one up, and the layup is good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Toronto leading by 17. Lowry with the ball, and the shot is good. Lowry's got 19 points.
When you are Lowry's size, you need to have a strong floater, and that was a beauty he just put up.
Smart passes to Cantor. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Smart finds Walker. 4 on the clock. No good there.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Here's Lowry. Here's the floater. And here's Johnson outside. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Toronto.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Marc Gasol.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
Here's Payne following the bucket by the Celtics. Outside Thomas, Langford with the steal. Jumps up, and Langford with the stuff.
And you got to like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Williams with the block.
The reach of Williams is outstanding. He uses it to perfection to deny shooters.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Payne, guarded closely. On the wing, Johnson, just 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Boucher kicks to Anunoby. And here's Payne, and so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Mark. It seemed like you guys came out early. You wanted to jump on him, and that would control the game. Was that what was going on?
Yes, and we started out that way, and that was limped away a little bit. But, we're learning, we're getting better, and just a process.
You guys really coming together. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.